is one of the lowest I've seen in a long time.
My goodness.
Yeah, you're at 386 right now.
Damn.
And I have a lot of people in my comments telling me I should pay my bills. No.
Here's day one of trying to come up with $10,000 because I'm being sued.
Alright, we've got some interesting clips today. Low credit and people trying to finance anyway. Some even getting sued over debt. And another one who straight up refuses to pay anything back. Different situations, same bad decisions. Here's what not to do.
It looks like you have an open auto right now.
Yeah, we're returning the car. I was in an accident.
The Hyundai Elantra, right?
Oh, no, the Honda Elantra, that's my daughter's car.
Oh, okay, because it shows on there that it's past due by $1,968 on your credit.
Oh, no, that's wrong. My
No.
daughter has that vehicle.
It is behind. Long story short, I saw that you applied for the 2021 Acura RDX. You have a good down payment. Everything looks good. The only thing that's really affecting you is that it shows that you're behind on that one car payment and it's bringing down your score very low. It's one of the lowest I've seen in a long time.
My goodness.
Yeah, you're at 386 right now.
Damn.
I called them just to confirm the past due balance, but it is accurate. It's $1,968.08.
So it sounds like he either co-signed or bought his daughter a car, and she wasn't making the payments. Yeah, she should have paid, or at least told him she couldn't. But once your name's on that loan, you have to catch this early. Checking your credit is easy, it doesn't hurt your credit score, and it takes about a minute. There's really no good excuse here.
All right, let me call him and get that straightened out.
Yeah, once that's straightened out, I can get you another loan, but most finance companies are not willing to do a second open auto for you at the moment. We can still do a second open auto, but we need that caught up.
I got you. I'm going to do that, and then I'll get back right with you.
All right, sounds good. One last question, I'll let you go. Is there any options as far as getting like a cosigner or anything of that nature?
Probably could, yeah.
That can help a lot. With a cosigner, it can make a night and day difference if they have good credit and all. Like I stated earlier, you have a good down payment. You picked out a good car. Everything looks good. We just gotta tweak that a little bit. Who do you think your cosigner should be?
It's my mom.
Okay, can you have her fill out the application?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll have her log on and do what she needs to do.
Sounds good. Let me know. And then once she fills it out, I'll get on it for you guys.
All right, thank you.
Lenders don't care whether you knew about a missed payment or not. If it's on your report, it's treated as your responsibility. Regular checks remove any negative surprises that might come up. Missed payments, collections, or late accounts don't always come with a phone call. They might just quietly hit your report. Checking your score lets you catch issues early, before they turn into denials, high interest, or lawsuits.
Customer wants to buy my 2023 Honda Civic with 50,000 miles on it and $24,000 sticker price. He has bad credit, a repo, and no down payment. Let's go ahead and give him a call and figure out if we can make something happen or give him a reality check.
I don't know what exactly the issue is on that. I think I missed like a payment or two. That was it. But I plan on paying them off by the end of the year.
Until it's paid off, you're going to have that stain on your credit. And right now you have 608 credit score, so it's just barely over 600.
Yeah.
They're going to need a down payment. Now, the one way around the down payment with that low of a credit score and the history is to have a cosigner that has a good credit score. It's not about the car. You can have a zero down payment for that Civic. It's just you need somebody with over a 700 credit score.
I know a couple people. I'd have to ask.
I've seen a lot of these clips where they're pushing the cosigner lately. Yeah, it might help get the deal done. But this is going about it completely wrong. Cosigning is risky on both sides. One person risks their credit, the other risks a relationship. And both usually underestimate how bad it can get. Cosigning doesn't just tie two people to a loan. It ties money problems directly into the relationship.
But as of right now, I'm going to keep my market open. I'll keep looking.
What are you looking for? I don't want you hurting your credit score every time somebody checks your credit.
I'll probably take a couple week hiatus, fix my car, get it drivable.
Like I said, if you have a cosigner, man, that'll really change things because in a couple months, who knows, you might still be in the same boat. Cosigner is really just a double-edged sword, right? So obviously, if you miss your payments, you're going to hurt your credit scores and you're going to hurt your cosigner's credit score. What a lot of people forget about is the fact that if you make your payments, you're actually going to help your cosigner's credit score without them doing anything.
Yes, co-signing can help your credit score, but it's not worth the risk. You have no control over what's happening, and you don't find out until there's a problem. You take on the debt, the stress, the fallout, without any upside. The risk should match the reward, and boosting your score with somebody else's loan just isn't worth it.
That was also the thing as well. I had a 2015 Honda Civic. I had refinanced the Honda Civic, and when I totaled it, it was supposed to pay it off, and it didn't. The value of the car left me with about $1,000 deficit.
You didn't have gap insurance?
I did have gap insurance, and it covered most of it, which is why it's sitting where it's at the moment, because financially I'm in a situation.
I'm telling you, brother, the best way to go around in your position is to get a cosigner that can just cosign for you for a couple months. And after a couple months, when you make your payments and your credit score improves, because without you actually having a loan, you're not going to improve your credit. So 6 payments after, your score is going to rise. Then you can refinance like you did before and get that cosigner off of the loan.
I'll keep that in mind.
This is great advice for the salesman. Horrible advice for the customer. You're putting two people in a bad situation. If this guy wants to bring up his credit score, he needs to focus on paying down his debt, not taking on more. Telling them they can refinance in 6 months pushes a buyer to think about a future fix instead of the current cost. 6 months is rarely enough time to significantly bring up your credit score, especially when you've just added a new loan.
We get our question from Corey. Dave, you recently took a call where the person had 35 credit cards. How do the banks even allow someone to get that many cards?
Actually, a good question, Corey.
Corey, that's sweet that you are naive enough to think that the banks even think. That's sweet. This is the same kind of mentality, Corey, that you've got, that people say, well, I must be able to handle the payment or they wouldn't have given it to me. No, they'll give it to you.
The same, yeah.
Whatever the payment is, they'll approve you for the loan way beyond.
18-year-old, $200,000 in loans for college. Sure, right?
Yeah.
They just
like
they'll hand
that.
it to you.
I see comments all the time asking how some of these people are getting access to so much credit. A lot of people don't borrow too much because they're trying to be reckless. They borrow too much because somebody was willing to approve it. When the bank says yes, people hear you can afford this, even though that's not what approval means.
We used to collect bizarre credit card stories.
I remember that.
And I had a guy send me one from Virginia. He, as a joke, which was fraudulent and he shouldn't have done this, but as a joke, he applied for a credit card in the name of Buck Naked.
Okay.
They issued the card to Buck. Buck got him a card. Another guy sent me from New Orleans a credit card, an actual card. He sent me the card and a letter. It was issued to Frou Frou, who was his poodle, who had died. I mean, this is the credit card world. So please, God, don't think you're special if somebody gave you a credit card.
Credit card companies approve almost anyone because they're not lending based on long-term stability. They're lending based on profitability. The risk is built into the interest rate, the fees, and the minimum payments, instead of being filtered out. As long as the numbers work for them, the approval comes first and the consequences get pushed to the customer.
I posted a video about fighting an old credit card debt because they're trying to sue me and garnish my wages, and I have a lot of people in my comments telling me I should pay my bills. No. Unless it's an immediate monthly bill that could get something cut off in my house, it is not considered a necessity to me. I don't care if I rack up the debt myself. If I can't pay it and I don't pay it, you gotta fight me for it. There is no moral compass when it comes to these companies for me. I don't give a Even medical debt. If I go to the emergency room and I get 5 bills from 5 different departments, none of them are getting paid. There was also a lot of people very concerned about my credit score. You guys are more concerned about it than me. I don't care about my credit score. A lot of people move through life without actually ever using their credit score. I'm one of those people. I don't let their scare tactics scare me. The debts get passed from company to company to company to company, and by the time it gets to company number 5, they paid like $2 for my $900 debt. They're not getting that money. End of story.
She says the companies don't have a moral compass, but that doesn't change the part where she used the credit and agreed to pay it back. You used the money, you agreed to the terms, and walking away from the bill isn't some moral stand. The debt isn't just sitting there, it's growing. Late fees, interest, collections, and even legal costs can end up costing more than the original debt.
Here's day one of trying to come up with $10,000 because I'm being sued. And why do I feel like it's always a Mary trying to make you feel bad about your situation? Come on, Mary. Aren't Marys supposed to be like holy and forgiving? So why am I being sued for $10,000 actually? Because I tried to go to college. Because I graduated from college, actually. So around my second year of college, I decided to get a credit card because books themselves were $3,600. As a 20-year-old who was in college, clearly didn't have a job and needed a way to come up with money for books, for food, for basic necessities. And let me remind you, this is what these cards prey on, okay? You literally see notifications everywhere. Get the student credit card and get $1,000 back on every book you buy.
She needed a way to come up with money, so she used credit. That's one option, but it's probably the worst one. Getting a job, finding income is a much better move, even if it's not easy. When I was in college, there were credit card offers on campus everywhere. I didn't take them. I already had student loans, didn't want to pile more debt on top of it. What we keep seeing is people getting themselves into trouble, and then turning around and blaming the creditor, instead of the choices that got them there.
Not true, by the way. So then, of course, as any college student would do, I rack up the credit card, buying my books, buying my food, sometimes my alcohol, and then I graduated in 2020. What else happened in 2020? Oh, a global pandemic. A global pandemic where nobody was allowed to what? Work. That's right. So if I can't work, I can't pay off my credit card. Correct. And what year did COVID end? 2022. Correct. Meaning I didn't have a job for 2 years. And what was I doing during those 2 years? I went back to college. I went back to college to get my master's degree, only adding more onto the credit card. But it was okay. I was going to be able to pay it once I got out of college. Until I graduated from my master's program, right? Tried to get a job, only to find out the master's program that I was in was unaccredited. It was a scam that was using COVID-19 as a remote school.
This woman has a lot of excuses. I ended up leaving my job during the pandemic. My hours were cut to almost nothing, but I found a job very quickly. It wasn't great, but I just wanted an income coming in. A few months later, I found a much better job just right down the street. This was during the time that only essential workers were allowed to work. So it wasn't impossible, it just took effort.
To get money out of people. So what does that mean? That means I now am $50,000 in debt to a school that wasn't real. That means I can't get a job with my master's degree that wasn't real. That also means I can't pay for the credit card. Oh my. Not to mention, by the time that I was even going to be able to pay the credit card, it was already in collections. This is 3 years of COVID and 3 years that I didn't have a job. I couldn't pay it. And to be honest, I thought once it was collections, it wasn't out of my hands. I didn't think it meant anything. I even had to put that shit on my taxes. I thought it was over. I really did. Clearly, it's not over because apparently they've been trying to serve me twice. Haven't been able to serve me, but there's a court case and I'm being sued for $10,000. So
to me, this sounds like someone who has an excuse for everything. And when you live like that, nothing really changes. I used to think the same way. When problems come up, you can complain, blame everyone else, and get stuck there. Or you can figure out what you can actually control, fix what you can, and move on. One keeps you stuck, the other moves you forward. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.